Hey guys, it's Michael. I had a couple of you guys asking me about my acoustic pedal board that I posted a picture of the other day. So I figured I would get to a video for you guys and kind of just explain what's going on, explain why I have everything that I do on here, and just how I use it, what I kind of use it for, and what it does for my acoustic tone. So I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. So I'm going to get started. I'm using a 2008 Taylor 314 CE, just the standard electronics. I think it's Fishman that made them back in 2008. They probably still do the Taylors, but whatever came stock is still in it. And I'm just using D'Addario Phosphor Bronze 13s for the strings. And so first things first is the tuner. Not too much going on with that. So we'll just kind of skip on next to the next thing, is the Joyo 6-band EQ. I really wanted an EQ, and I just kind of did it on a whim, so I just bought one of the cheaper ones that I could find. I've been pretty happy with it. It doesn't add any noise. It seems to do exactly what it says to do, or says it does. So I'm pretty happy with it. So here's just kind of a standard acoustic tone for me with the EQ, and then I'll turn it off and kind of show you what it sounds like without it. So it just I bump the 100 a little bit, pull out the 2 a little bit, just because it gets kind of boxy there with this particular guitar. I leave the 6 or the 4 and the 6 flat, and I bump the 1 and the 3 to kind of fake bumping 2. I wish I could bump just 2K if I had a 10-band EQ. I would probably just leave the 1 and the 3 alone and bump the 2, but this kind of gets me in that same area anyways. Gives me kind of a nice high-end sparkle. So and then without, I'll play kind of some lower stuff too. And with it, so it just kind of gives me a more well-rounded tone. I like a little more bottom end in my sound with the acoustic, and the Taylor doesn't really get me there, so the EQ does it, and it's great. From there, I go in the DD20, and this is the tap tempo for it right here. And I use the DD20 mostly for some more rhythmic stuff. And I know a lot of guys don't like use dotted eighth delay and everything on acoustic, but I tend to make it work for me. I think it's a lot of fun. It's it's different than what most people do, and it's entertaining, and it still kind of gets me the feel that I'm going for, being just one acoustic guitar for most of the time. So pretty heavy mix on this one. This is a patch I use for Our God. So it's just kind of a fun texture. You know, I still get to use the guitar as a texture tool, even if it's acoustic. Because a lot of times when we're doing acoustic stuff, the keys are really doing kind of some of the lead stuff, the piano or whatever, and then I can kind of texture stuff with the guitar. I think that's a lot of fun. So I use the DD20 for that. The DD20 goes into the BigSky over here, and that stays on all the time. I have a modulated patch on the Cloud machine that I really love on this reverb pedal. So I kind of tend to use that all the time. This expression knob down here is, I have it set up controlling just a portion of the mix knob. So it's not the full sweep of the mix knob on the Strymon. It's just part of it. You can kind of set the parameters that way, which I think is really nice. So my lowest setting is down there, and then I've got a higher setting that's a lot more prominent. It does actually blend in the reverb signal a little bit louder than the dry signal at that point. so it's a little more of an effect. So it's been on the whole time. I'll crank it a little bit just to give you a little feel of kind of the louder reverbs that I do with it. So there's kind of a louder setting that I like to do on the reverb, and so I basically just use that blend control to kind of dial in what I want for whichever particular song. I think subtle reverb adds a whole lot to the feel of your acoustic guitar. It doesn't have to be a BigSky. I actually modeled this patch after a Boss RV5 setting that I really loved, a really dark Boss RV5. So if you have one of those, you can probably get something extremely similar to this. So then last in the chain is the Carbon Copy, and that's kind of have it set up really washy and really with a really long decay, not a very high mix, and the delay is pretty much right up at noon, maybe a little towards 11 o'clock, but the time almost doesn't matter for me. I just use it like an analog delay. And it's kind of another one of those feel things. I almost use it as more of a faux reverb, but being after the BigSky, especially when I use them both together, the BigSky does kind of, it almost sounds like shimmer, but it's not. It does kind of the brighter tinny sound, and then the Carbon Copy, since it's an analog delay, it gets that really dark, warm, kind of gooey awesomeness that analog delays do. And so when I stack them, they kind of just complement each other in a really cool way. That kind of is fun for slower parts. Like I'll play that exact same part that I played with just the BigSky. So. So it's basically there to just kind of help out the reverb if I ever want to, and if it's ever just kind of a slower, more finger picking moment, I can do that too. So the Carbon Copy kind of helps with that. That's pretty much how I do everything. A couple other things about the board itself. I have it all powered with one spot, except for the BigSky that doesn't like to be on non-isolated power. So I just use the Strymon power supply with that one. And then everything is wired up with lava cables. It was actually pretty simple. This is actually a cutting board that I just picked up at my local Target store for like $14, and I just covered the top in the hook or loop. I think it's the loop side of the Velcro. I used industrial strength that sticks to it really nice. It's just a composite black cutting board, like in the kitchenware section. Yeah, that kind of cutting board. But it's awesome. It's really light. It does exactly what I need it to do. I just chuck it on top of the back seat in my car, whatever I'm carrying in that. So I don't have a case for it, but I'm really careful. I'm not too worried about it at this point. So, but yeah, if you guys have any other questions or anything, go ahead and let me know. I really like using this little small pedal board for the acoustic stuff, just to kind of get more feel out of the stuff that I want to do. I think the effects are more felt than they are heard, especially within a mix with keys and pads, and we have a violin player that plays with us pretty often, so they're all a little less obvious in a live situation, but it just kind of, if it wasn't there, it would sound a lot more dry and a lot more I don't know, just different, kind of different strokes for different folks. And I like reverb and delay. So there we go. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, be sure to hit me up. This video got way longer than I intended it to. So yeah, hope you guys have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.